I got a couple things to say about these finals. First of all, everybody has heard of the situation where this guy who's part owner of the, I guess is the Warriors.
He was an investor, Warriors investor.
Yeah, 59-year-old venture capitalist. I'm sorry, Mark Stevens. Okay, he shoved Kyle Lowry when Kyle Lowry fell in the stand.
Yes, he should.
No, he shouldn't. Kyle Lowry went and dove for a loose ball. 2 seats over, roughly 2.5. Okay,
you had to give the
distance. Because I just want to put this in perspective. It's not like Kyle Lowry fell on Mark Stevens. He fell 2.5 seats over.
He reached over to
Mark Stevens decides to reach over 2.5 seats. And shove Kyle Lowry out the way. This is this big deal. They was like, the NBA was like, hey, we're gonna set this thing straight and all that. Just to put this in perspective, he's banned from all Oracle games from now on.
For a year.
Yeah. Now let's before we go any further.
Well, this is the last game at the Oracle.
Exactly my point. But at the time, it was 2 games left.
So, but does that mean literally like a full calendar year? Like
no, it means at the Oracle. They're moving to San Francisco next year. So he literally got 2 games suspension.
So we don't know the intricacies of
the actual suspension.
No, I'm telling you what what is that? Like, no, y'all messing me up. Hold on, because this is bogus to me.
All right, go ahead,
okay?
keep going.
So he's literally quote unquote suspended from the Oracle for a year, from the Oracle specifically
because they're about to
because they're about to move. The last game at this stadium
was last night.
It was almost last night, and it's Thursday.
Oh no, that was in Toronto last night.
Yeah, it's on Thursday. That's the last game. He can't go to that game. He was fined $500,000.
Yeah.
So let's put that in perspective.
Okay.
The guy is worth $2.3 billion.
How much of a stake does he
hold? So I'm reading right. The $500,000 fine represents to him 0.0002% of his net worth.
Now listen, I did the math on this. Okay.
All right.
Let's just put this in like perspective of you make $100,000 or you're worth $100,000 a year. That's $200.
No.
It's $2,100. $2,100 to him.
If you're worth $100,000.
If you're worth $100,000, that's the comparison of how much he had to pay. Now, to put it more in perspective, okay? Because this shit drove me crazy.
All right.
Ben Wallace. Remember the
I thought
Malice
you were going to say Bin Laden.
Remember the Malice in the Palace?
Yeah.
Ben Wallace, who didn't go in the stands. He just had the altercation with Artest and all that stuff.
He pushed him.
Right. $400,000. $400,000.
Okay.
Jermaine O'Neal. He got suspended for the rest of the season and 15 games of the next season. $4.1 million.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that was his game checks.
Right. $4.1 million. Steven Jackson. 30 games. $1.7 million.
He went into the stands.
Provoked, mind you. Okay?
Remember, he was hitting the guy that didn't. He was like, that wasn't me.
Right.
He just started wailing.
Ron Artest. Ron Artest got suspended for an entire season and 13 games of playoffs. Okay? $5 million.
I bet you he had savings.
Right. I would hope.
With those guaranteed contracts.
But that's just
Lenny was like, guaranteed.
But that's just to put it in perspective. $4 million for Jermaine O'Neal. $400,000 for Ben Wallace, who didn't even get into an altercation with a fan at all. This guy gets to put his hands on Kyle Lowry for no reason whatsoever. It's not like he fell on him and he's trying to push him off him. He just pushed him and then started just like cussing at him or something like that. Now I agree. You could probably cuss at NBA players about their game or whatever.
Not about their wives.
Not about their wives and their mom.
Or their race or whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Russ.
Right. You can't say stuff like that. But you should be able to say stuff to the players and all that. But you can't put your hands on them. Now, say if Kyle Lowry would have reacted and punched the shit out of the dude.
He would have been out of
the finals. Would have been over
for him,
right?
Yeah.
He probably would have got suspended, a major fine, $2 million. But because this guy is part owner of the Warriors, like I just don't understand how Adam Silver.
It's
just
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you're a citizen, but you're not the level of citizen that me and you are.
Which is bullshit.
If me and you did that,
we would be done.
It's over.
You can't come to the new stadium or
nobody's stadium. Right.
You're not this stadium, not the next stadium, or the one after that.
But if you Drake,
but if you
can walk up to the
and that's my other question.
You can walk up to the coach. You can give him a little massage if you want it.
Now let's say Drake would have did that to like Steph Curry or something. Like that would have shoved him.
All right. Well, yeah.
Let's say Drake would have did. Do you think the same? Like, what do you think would have happened
if Drake shoved
Steph Curry?
Steph Curry?
Yeah, in
Toronto.
Steph
is kind of like sort of one of the faces of the league.
That should be irrelevant with
doesn't matter
what happened.
No. I agree with you. But let's put it. I'm just putting it in the perspective of this business that we're talking about, the NBA. Steph is one of the major players in the game.
Okay.
If Steph shoves him,
no. Drake's.
Or I mean, if Drake shoves him. That's a huge deal, but we are talking about Drake. So
see, that's bullshit.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But this is real life. We talk this is real stuff.
Okay.
This shit. We know that Drake ain't gonna be. If you shove Steph, they gonna carry you out with your arm behind your back.
Yeah, immediately.
It might be 4 guys who all got your leg and your arm. You gonna be face down, and they gonna toss you
with a taser in your butt,
like Eddie Murphy. They gonna toss you out the window.